So hi and welcome back to another recipe class with myself and Stephen Sweet from the Cheese Club. Today we are going to cook a stout soda bread, and today's cheese is St Andrew's Farmhouse cheddar from Anstruther in Fife. Tell us a little bit about this cheese, Stephen.
So this is one of Jane's sort of newer cheeses that she does. Jane actually started cheese making as a hobby. They had a lot of surplus milk, so looking for something different to use with it. So she took a Cheshire cheese making course, which is how she makes her Ainster. But she wanted to kind of move and diversify and make a more matured, hearty, richer cheddar. So again, took a cheddar making course and gave us the beautiful St Andrew's Farmhouse.
So this is it here, a nice well-structured cheese. Brilliant smell.
It's got a lovely flavour on it, it's got a nice little tang, it's a nice little bite to it, but well-rounded as well. Beautiful.
You can use these rinds, are so strong as well in leftover soup.
These are great. Again, any hard cheese rinds. So St Andrew's Farmhouse would be perfect. Parmesan rinds give you so much great flavour for stocks, minestrone soup especially, to cook with. So never ever throw away some of your cheddar cheese rinds. Are great for flavouring stocks.
Okay, amazing. So without further ado, we're going to get on with some cooking and make our soda stout bread. Now, down to the making of the stout soda bread. We have got flour, St Andrew's Farmhouse cheddar, a touch of butter, some famous stout. Can't tell you the brand name, but we've got some famous stout. Looks absolutely delicious. Cracking. Salt, 1 egg, 200 grams of buttermilk. We'll only take 100 ml of this stout, some baking powder and some bicarb. That'll be it. So we throw everything together, mix the whole lot up, shape it, put it in a tray, pop it in the oven. It's that simple. So, flour, handful of cheese, baking powder, bicarb, 1 egg, 200 buttermilk, that's 200 there, a good pinch of salt, 100 ml of stout, and in with the soft room temperature butter. Now, looks pretty messy. It is pretty messy, so Stephen's going to mix it. Stephen, get your hands in about that. We'll mix it all up, and then we'll pop it onto a tray. How long have you known about St Andrew's Farmhouse cheddar?
So I have been a big fan of St Andrew's Farmhouse cheddar for years, but it's only recently that I've come to kind of really appreciate just the quality of what she's producing. Working previously in a cheesemonger, I was really familiar with Ainster because of its beautiful fresh flavour and a nice equivalent to Scottish Cheshire, but I hadn't really had the opportunity to try her Farmhouse cheddar before until recently, but it is a beautiful flavour and it rivals a lot of its Somerset counterparts without being too feisty and intense that you would get with something like your Isle of Mull cheddar from the Skibberua farm.
Isle of Mull's one that we've done before. We worked with Brendan Reed and did a little bit of work with him. His stuff is phenomenal, but we have such a great variance of cheddars throughout Scotland, you know.
Beautiful ones.
I don't think people associate us too much with cheddar throughout the UK, you know, predominantly English, but we've got some top class cheeses up here.
And it's nice to see that range of Scottish cheeses are really developing and kind of growing, because we want to be proud of kind of the culinary heritage that Scotland provides. So why not rival the great English cheeses?
Yeah. So I am going to add a little bit more cheese into this, and then we'll keep a little bit for the top. We'll turn it out in the next minute or two. Once that's mixed in, we'll shape it and then we'll pop it onto the tray. What's probably best is if you turn it out, I'll shape it because my hands aren't all sticky. I'll shape it on there and I'll top with a bit more cheese and then we'll pop it straight into the oven.
Amazing.
I'll let you clean your hands up. So, So as you can see, I've made this nice long sausage sort of look with the soda. So I'll just top with a little touch more cheese. Straight on there. Again, I really love the rustic farmhouse look when it comes to things like soda bread and pies and loaves. Obviously there's a massive artisan approach to products like this, but you can fire this dough up in 5 minutes, pop it straight into the oven, let it bake away for 45 minutes. And it's that simple. You don't have to worry about letting things prove, letting things breathe away themselves and letting a dough last a day or 2 days or 3 days. Very, very quick, very, very simple. Straight in the oven, pop your soup on, and that's you.
And the great thing about using the cheeses from the April selection with this recipe, they're also versatile, so you can use any of the cheeses in that particular selection depending on what your particular flavour and preference is. So it's great with a little bit of blue in there, putting a little bit of onion, or if you don't like your cheddar as sharp, use an alternative one, or if you prefer, a little bit of sheep's milk.
What blue have we got in for this month?
We have the Lancashire blue, so it's got a little bit of spice to it, a little bit of piquant, but great flavour to it, and again would be a brilliant kind of cooking cheese as well as a cheese board cheese. So that would be a perfect one to use in that as an alternative if you wanted to try something a little different, a little bit more unique. So absolutely.
Amazing. So there we have it, the soda bread fresh out the oven, lovely stouty cheesy flavour, very, very simple to do. Let it cool slightly, tear it up, have it with some butter, have it with your afternoon tea or a little bit of soup or even a platter of cheese.
Exactly.
So there we have it for this week. Thank you very much.
Thank you.